Hello everyone. The Frasier reboot acknowledges the issue with Alan Cornwall, played by Nicholas Lyndhurst, taking over as Niles Crane's successor. Years passed when Paramount Plus decided to take up Kelsey Grammer's legendary character for a resurgence. Niles and other cherished original characters should have been included in Frasier's small-screen return. In doing so, the new program would have been a legitimate continuation of the well-regarded Cheers spin-off. Regretfully, David Hyde Pierce declined the chance to resume Niles's position. He has openly backed Grammer in the project, but he has always resisted the notion of bringing Frasier back because he fears destroying its history. It's true that it seems depressing to think of a Frasier episode without Niles or any other unique character. After all, the ensemble that surrounded Grammer's character was largely responsible for the previous show's popularity. Episode 4 of the Frasier Reboot, which centers on the complex connection between Frasier and his adult son Freddie, ultimately makes the show's existence worthwhile. Still, Niles's absence is felt in the Paramount Plus program. Given how outstanding the renowned British comedic actor is, casting Lyndhurst as the unofficial substitute for the younger Crane sibling was a wise move. But as Freddie noted in the Founders Society, the 5th episode of the Frasier remake, his character still has some problems. Grammer and his crew had to come up with a novel idea for the show's concept when it became apparent that Niles and Daphne would not be appearing in the Frasier remake. After going through many revisions of the project, including a pilot that would have dealt with the Seattle burial of Martin Crane, Paramount Plus decided that the title character would return to Boston in order to make amends in the place he once called home. Relocating the character meant that a whole new cast had to be introduced in order to surround the main character. But it also provided an explanation for not include Frasier's brother and sister-in-law in the story. Grammer's conclusion that Frasier has never had a close buddy served as the inspiration for Lyndhurst's persona. He often hung out with the Cheers crowd, but he was never quite one of them. Considering that he referred to Roz and Daphne as his good friends in the original show, even before their connection with Niles, this theory is still up for question. But what makes Alan different from them is that, as both Ivy League-educated professionals with a fondness for psychology, he and Frasier are on the same wavelength. Though Niles will always be Frasier's brother first, he is the closest thing Frasier has had to anything like. Episode 5 of Frasier Reboot. Alan, Eve, Olivia, Freddie, and Frasier. Frasier feels nostalgic for his past encounters with Alan as he and his colleagues discuss their mission at the Founders Society. The two were close friends while attending Oxford University. However, Frasier had never brought up Alan until the revival's events. Freddie ends the narrative for Frasier, interrupting him as he finishes his story with excitement. Everyone joins in, stating they've all heard about it too, as he begins to tell a new one. After that, Freddie discovers the amusing but sobering discovery that Frasier and Alan really only have 5 tales together. The rich humor in the first Frasier was one of its greatest features. It was able to create a more complex comedy by skillfully fusing physical slapstick with cerebral humor. While Grammer was unquestionably excellent in both areas, Pierce was maybe much more so. To say that he was as good as Niles would be an understatement. It's no surprise that he was a clear favorite among the crowd. But Grammer needs a different partner in the Frasier remake who can assist him in covering those bases if Pierce isn't around. Lyndhurst steps in at this point with his perfect comic timing and amazing line delivery. Even while there are problems with the initial concept for Lyndhurst's character, it doesn't imply the program should do away with him completely. Even though Alan has had less screen time in the Frasier reboot, he has consistently stolen the show whenever he appeared. His relationships with Frasier have always been intriguing, and it will be fascinating to see how their friendship develops in the next episodes. It's fantastic that the revival isn't attempting to recreate Niles via Alan, even if he's Frasier's new sidekick. The only thing the program needs Lyndhurst to do is give the character his own unique voice. It is crucial to keep Alan in the resurrection. But in order to make sure that he is effectively used, certain adjustments must be made. Leaning more on the bond between Frasier and Alan is one of the largest and most important improvements that it can make. Though the two had shared some fantastic moments in earlier episodes, their chemistry isn't fully revealed until episode 5 of the Frasier remake. Alan's connection with his snobbish therapist should be further investigated. Even if Freddie's complex relationship with his father should remain the central plot point of the Paramount Plus project. This is in line with the original Frasier program, which highlighted Frasier's unique bond with Niles and his father.